For our project, we decided to research the impact of the drought on our local ecosystems. We chose to research Lake Kachuma and the drastic effects that have occurred over the past 5 years.
After these 5 years, Lake Kachuma was at less than 7% capacity due to the drastic drought. Now the lake is at 80% from the massive rainfall this year.
How can we prepare for another dry season?
As an individual in each household, you help prepare by saving water by taking shorter showers, flushing less, using water tanks for houses, and recycling. However, there would be a much bigger impact if you would work together as a community.
What can we do as a community?
Well, here's the solution.
From doing thorough research, we have discovered that by recycling our shower water, sink water, toilet water, etc., this will have a huge impact on how our community saves water altogether.
In the article Take 5, the California Shower, it states, in all 38 million Californian residents took 5-minute showers, would save over 200 billion gallons annually. This is important because it shows as a community, if we work together, it would have a big impact. Although the solution cannot be realistic at times, we would be saving water that is useful.
Recycling this water also has the benefit of saving lots of money for each of these families that do so. According to the article, Futuristic Water Recycling Shower Cuts Bills by over $1,000, written by Stephanie Blendice and Monique Rivaland, they explain that annually all of these families in California can save about $1,000 in energy bills. We propose that based on the amount of money that each household makes annually, there should be a fee based on water used. If they go over the limit of water they are allowed to use 3 times in the same month, they have to do 30 hours of community service. If they take from the community, they have to give back to the community. A pro to the solution would be that it encourages people to not use water, which results in saving water for the whole community, which is what we need. It also helps the residents be very cautious of their usage.
From doing an interview with one of the top naturalists at Lake Kachuma, Rosie Bishop explained the most significant things that we could do as a community.
The practices of using water need to kind of change on a small level, like how you landscape your property. Instead of planting things that use a lot of water, try to landscape with native drought-tolerant plants. Try to conserve water wherever you can, even if it's just cutting out a couple minutes of your shower time.
Some may argue that these things will be hard to convince the community to do, but luckily Rosie has hope.
How do you think we can encourage our community to do those things?
Well, I think fortunately in Santa Barbara, people are really open to learning about the native areas we have just because we're so blessed with such neat nature. I think a lot of people want to see these places maintained and protected. And so I think, if it comes down to we're not going to have these places and this water available to us, this area is essentially desert in a way. And so I think people want to keep it nice and live here for a long time and see their kids live here too. So there's a good incentive to want to conserve our resources.
We also did another interview with Madeline Wood, a water conservation supervisor for the county. She told us what the county thinks is the best thing to do.
As a community, what do you think we could do?
So especially in times of drought, we want people to focus on what they can do to improve efficiency outdoors and for things that are discretionary water use, such as watering your garden, choosing which types of plants to plant. If it's a plant that is well adapted to Santa Barbara, that's going to do a lot better and use far less water than something that's adapted to, for example, Kentucky, who gets rain. So that's one really major way that people can save water, both residential and commercial, is to focus on the landscaping in terms of what are you watering? Is there something that uses less water that you can plant instead? And then also to make sure you're watering it appropriately.
For people with a higher natural landscape, we believe that they should be taxed more than the people with a water-wise plant landscape. We believe this because their landscapes/gardens use a significantly higher amount of water compared to others, which waste a lot of water annually. This drought is not only affecting us humans, but also the many organisms surrounding Lake Kachuma that need water to survive. It is essential to them and their environment. As we continued interviewing Rosie Bishop, she informs us about how the organisms adapted to the new changes in their ecosystem.
In terms of wildlife, some animals don't do so well in drought. They adapt and maybe move on to a new area. Migration patterns change, but then others like that rocky habitat, and so we'd see increases in certain things that were more drought tolerant.
Overall, the past drought's effects on our ecosystem have been brutal, but we were able to come back from them through careful usage of our resources from the massive rainfall that occurred since the drought. Through these resources, we have been able to save water better than ever before. With the solutions that our group came up with, it would really help our community and ecosystem be extremely prepared for the next drought that enters our cycle, because there is definitely one coming. As a community, we can help protect our organisms and our beautiful land before it's too late and help encourage people to do the same along the way.